My life before Christ felt like I was lost.
I would describe my life before Jesus as unfulfilled.
Unfulfilling.
Meaningless.
Incomplete.
Painful.
Anxious.
Anxious.
Fearful.
Vain.
I just felt lost.
Before knowing Jesus personally, it was based a lot on performance and how I would be perceived by others.
I was just very stressed and I felt very alone.
I felt lost and there was nowhere to really go. There was no light to show me where I was going.
It could be stressful and it could be hard.
I was just kind of living for myself.
I didn't know where I was going. I didn't have a sense of direction or any purpose.
Everything led to constant disappointment.
I have always grown up in a Christian home.
Went to church on Sundays, went to youth group on Wednesday nights, did all of the motions, but that faith was never really my own.
I never really knew that it was a personal relationship that I could have with Jesus. Started to more figure out what it meant to be a Christian.
I went to Salt Company, started going to Salt Company and really started growing in my faith. And that's when I came to know Christ.
I just came to Salt, and I feel like ever since then, it's just my relationship has grown with him tremendously.
Growing up, even through high school, I hadn't gone to church. And when I was younger, I actually had no relationship at all. But then when I came to Salt, I learned what was true, and I learned to know Jesus and that he actually loved me and that everything was just so much better.
I came to Iowa for school, and my friend, she was like, hey, can you come to this freshman event with me? And I was like, sure. There was just a bunch of people, and I was like, oh, this is kind of crazy. And then people were just holding these signs with Christian puns. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I got plugged into a C group that way, and I got Chick-fil-A, so that was fun. There was a point in time after the Salt retreat this year that we were talking about baptism. It was I was actually struggling with thinking about getting baptized, and it just made me reflect on how I even got back into the church, because the church was so such a uncomfortable place for me for such a long time. And so when I came back and I just looked on my life, I was like, wow, God brought me to Iowa. I was thinking, wow, God has given me so many blessings. I got plugged into a C group. I found community. I dove back into the Word. I started looking and meditating on that. And I think that was when I realized I'm saved. God has brought me here. And a lot of times I think that God kind of works discreetly in you in a way. So the Holy Spirit was working in me and I didn't even know. And so when I took a step back, I kind of got this new perspective. And I think my grace was just that much sweeter because of that. If someone asked me about what church was to me, I think church would have been unsafe in a way. Now it's a place where I can call home, and it's nice.
I want to be baptized because I want to be obedient to what Christ commands in the Bible.
I want to not just be in the shadows. I want to
give him my life, and I'm going to trust him and whatever his plan is, whatever his promise is.
I really just want to take that first step in showing my true faith, I want to fully commit my life to Christ and to turn all those anxieties and worries to him.
After coming back to him, I felt so much more at home. It was like a peace that I had been looking for, or kind of wanting to reconnect with, and I never knew how. And I very much just felt so safe and at home now that I know him better.
My life knowing Christ is joyful.
Hopeful.
Joyful.
I'd say focused.
Happiness.
Peaceful.
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 I'm Peyton Rosa, and I'm here today to say that Jesus is my Lord. That's why I'm getting baptized.
My name is Sam Becker.
Abby Cup.
Tess Schuster.
Kennedy Custis.
Tessa Peterson.
Macy Ingleson.
Elliot Crowett.
My name is Carson Haug. I'm here to say Jesus is my Lord, and that's why I'm getting baptized.
I want to get baptized as a representation of my death and rebirth into a life of following Christ.
My name is Jordan Sorensen.
Lance Wood.
Claire Kelly.
Kinnick Whirling.
Kaylin Bynum.
Evan O'Donnell.
Ryan Sadowski.
My name is Margaret Denning.
Kyle Denning.
Rachel Hunter.
Olivia Becker.
Kalia Tonning.
Bowen Davis.
Juliana Verkler.
Audrey Coleman.
Aubriana Jarding.
Rachel McMillan.
Riley Gassell.
Jack Gearhart.
Sophia Genobata.
Camden Miners.
My name is Rachel Jung, and I'm here to say that Jesus is my Lord, and that is why I'm getting baptized.